Well, I'm back. We're live. Let me see. What are we going to do today? Should have gave people a warning on this. New managing moderators can support your channel even more. Introducing managing moderators. These users have the same capabilities as standard moderators. In addition, they can manage blocked words. Well, we don't block words. All right, close that. All right, I guess we'll wait for some people to come in. We'll record the videos for the week. Take care of the message, booked our sessions for the week. Okay, so that's done. And of course, I left the sheet with all the success stories and everything I wanted to do in the other room. So I'll sit here, talk for a bit, get in the mood to make some videos. Oh wait, here's one old sheet. Got this window open. Gotta go out and buy some, what else I gotta buy? Candles. Mask the smell. Mini manifestation. This. Went to a cigar lounge the other day with a friend of mine, and I saw he had this. I thought the people had left it on the table before, and he picked it up to light his cigar, gave me one, or gave it to me to light my cigar. I'm like, man, this is a nice lighter. I'm like, I'd like to have this. And I thought he just found it. I'm like, man, I wish I would have found it. I'd like to have it. Apparently it was his. He bought it the other day at another cigar lounge, and I bought him his cigar. And at the end of the night, we were talking about, like, how friends look out for each other, this and that. He gives me a nice expensive cigar, one of my favorite brands, gave me a cutter, and he gave me this. And I'm like, why are you giving me this? He goes, sorry, I'm not going to use it. Gives it to me, and I was like, man, I had thought for a moment earlier it would be nice to have that lighter. Oh, it actually shows up on the stream. So anyway, that was mini manifestation. And it was instant, too. It's in a couple hours. So... I burned the fuck out of it trying to do it through the camera. All right. Let me pull up the notes from this old piece of paper I have. And we'll list out some success stories to tell, because I'm going to record the videos for the week as usual. Thank you to everyone who stuck with the channel after my week off. We'll go with old reliable. It was nice to manifest, but I like mine better. I think I did a video on that one. This is an older thing. Beliefs, scripting, revision. If you have comments on a video you want to see done, I'm going to film the videos for the week right now. We did her success story. We'll do a video on instant manifesting. I'm going to do a video on... Hold on. If you're here, thanks for staying. I've got the whole fucking list of stuff I wanted to film anyway, so let me go get it. Pulling shit off the counter. As you see, I put on a half-ass suit, no shoes, no nothing. Let me see, I know I put it in here somewhere. Nope, that's my groceries. That's very important for later on tonight. Got to get my groceries. Oh, success stories and gambling, client success. A story I told before was one of my first videos, doesn't have many views, so we'll reiterate that story. Break down each time with SP, and then attachment, we've done that one. We've done minus affirming, revision. We've done the manifesting challenge, but we're going to stop that because nobody contributed to that one. And then what else do you guys want to see videos on? Nope, that's the comedy channel. Oh, very important topic, that one. This is the list. Be aware of your mental diet. Yeah. Persist over. It's kind of interesting. We did a video. We could do an updated one on that. Getting unblocked. Deconstruction that, yeah. So I'm going to chill out here for a second because it's harder to smoke in the pre-recorded videos. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. I feel like that's like trying to upgrade my style. Look good to feel good, to look rich to be rich. But currently, I'm still working on it, still manifesting it. I'm going to run Jurassic Park. All right, who's all here this morning? Actually, let me text someone who I might be able to FaceTime into this. Because a viewer of the channel is actually a personal friend of mine that I've had for a long time. And he has got a lot of success stories. Oh, he just sent me a success story too. Okay. All right, I'm going to tell that one. All right. So, number 1. Be doers of the word and not only hearers. Number 2, what we're going to go over is his success story. Me and Randy's success stories with gambling. So it's 2 videos there. That gets us through. Today we're not going to do one. We'll just have the live. That will get us through there. And then another success story I had, but it was older. I want to retell that one. And I'll tell the first time with SP getting back together. And looks like he'll be joining us. What else do we got? Failure at manifesting. I've kind of really went over that one before. This one I like as an idea. Joseph Murphy is deconstructing a negative story, which was not even his. I don't think it's because someone taught him that. And then getting unblocked. That should get us through the week. And then I don't know. It seems like it's easier for me to go live on Mondays because Mondays are my Sundays. And I'm not doing things with people those days. It's not an SP related day or anything. So let's see what he says. And hold on, I'm booking a session right now too. And I also have another idea. No contact video, how to deal with it. Oh, you still got people coming in? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 videos, that's enough to get us ahead for a while. And enough time where I don't have to be in a suit again for a minute. We're going to do more stuff like this. I'm not even in a suit, just dressed nice. We're going to go over those things. And I still got to get shopping and stuff today too, so I might as well just get fucking cracking on this because we got a lot of things to do. And what time is it? No, I forgot my watch don't work. I bought cheap watches to feel rich. All right, 12:38. She gets out of work at 2:30 already. I got like an hour and a half before I got to meet SP. So I'm going to record some videos for the channel. And you guys welcome to join in. Ask questions if needed. If not, we'll just go from here. So let me center myself on this one. It's hard because the phone's charging at the same time. All right. Shouldn't have even lit the cigar. Because by the time I get rambling through a video, it ain't going to be worth shit. I'll be dead. Someone's banging. And not the good banging. Getting a little bit of comedy back, a sense of humor. It was a very negative week. We'll talk about dealing with that too. All right. So as usual, you're going to see me record the videos for the week. What's up, Mystic Manifesting family? Nick with Mystic Manifesting. I am back. This is the first video, and always, it's one take, and I don't redo anything, so you're going to watch me struggle with a fucking chair and do the live at the same time. Anyway, I've had a week off, and we're going to talk about dealing with negativity, and that's actually the first thing we're going to talk about, because I didn't plan out. I got a whole list of things done. We'll do dealing with negativity, negative emotions, and fear, and how you could be absorbing this stuff from other people at the same time. So, why am I not centered in this video? Hold on. Better or worse? Like the eye doctor. All right, we're going to go with that. That's about as good as I'm going to get it. All right, so dealing with negativity. And when everything in the world is slapping you in the face and you're not getting what you want out of your manifestation. So, I've been there. I've done that. And most often, okay, so we always talk about this with SP. I'm going to try and bring money into it more because what is the most thing everyone wants? Money and SP. So I've dealt with it in both. Most recently, the money option's been coming up. So what did I do? I economically went out, bought things to feel rich when I'm not rich yet. It's being manifested. And in terms of SP, when things were going negative. Now, if you know my story and you've been around the channel long enough, you know that we've been broken up and got back together 6 times. The way we reconnect is always, there's no other explanation besides manifesting, because it's all the visualizations, the techniques I've done that have brought it back together, and there's like no explanation even when you ask about a logical one. So when I was dealing with negativity, we'll go from the SP realm first. And this is going to kind of translate into a video, but I'm going to do another video later about no contact. So I'm going to go through one of the worst circumstances I had with SP. 3D slapped me in the face. We'll go with the second time. I was told twice, I never want to see you again, and I can't see you again. This will never happen again. I'm sorry. This is the way it is, blah, blah, blah. Boom, out of my life. No contact, no social media contact, anything. Like, I'm blocked everywhere. And we'll do a video about getting unblocked too. Because, it all kind of rolls together. Once you get one thing, you get it all. So anyway, I get no contact, told I'll never want to see you again, and all that stuff. That's 3D slapping you in the face. I don't even know how to react at that point. Like, what are you supposed to do when you're told that? You're basically shut out. So I thought about Neville's story when he was in the army and there's no way out, and what are you going to do? Well, I went into my mind and I was like, all right, what will I do to do this? So I started visualizing, manifesting, and doing all my techniques. As you already know the story. So I was doing the sleeping technique, where I was imagining sleeping with her every night, her telling me what I wanted. I was doing inner conversations. I was doing affirmations. I was doing everything. As I always say, going balls to the wall with manifesting. And I didn't know what to do besides that. Then somebody's really banging over there. And then I don't know what that is. Anyway, so going balls to the wall manifesting, and it's like, all right, bang, bang, bang. Like, you're hitting a brick wall. There's no contact. There's no movement. I don't know what the fuck's happening. I can't figure it out. Why my manifestation is not happening? Everyone else's were happening. I'm reading success stories, and it's like, why isn't that me? Why isn't that me? I'm getting angry. I'm getting anxious, and I'm like feeling like I'm wasting my time. I'm feeling like this is all bullshit. Little did I know, later on you find out that all the movement's happening. That's something else to remember. Movement is always happening, and it was happening. But dealing with that negativity when I'm being slapped in the face by that, or by not having the money that you want to travel more, you want to do more things, you want to not have to go to your day job. That's one that I'm currently working on. And this week, part of like me being gone was me reevaluating my own mentality, because I was struggling. I was, as you guys know, I gamble and stuff like that, and I'm usually pretty good. Depends on when I'm drinking too. If I'm drinking too much, I start getting negative, and I'll hear things my dad said when I was younger about money being hard to get. Gambling's a scam. You always lose money gambling. And even though I've got evidence in my 3D when I'm doing affirmations and things like that, jackpot, jackpot, jackpot. I'm not hitting jackpots like Ani, like I said, but I'm hitting jackpots as in I put in $20, I get 130, 150, 100, whatever. And sorry, those messages are coming in late on the computer. So I start getting those negative things. And I went to, I've never gone to one before, but there's like a little gambling hall. So it's like there's a little place. Like I thought it would be a mini casino. Very depressing. You walk in, you feel the energy pulled out of you. And something to do when you're struggling with the 3D is be very careful who you surround yourself with, and what areas you go to, and what things you surround yourself with, and what you're scrolling through, and what you're liking, and what your mind is always, your subconscious and mind is always being impressed. So be careful what you're around. Be careful who you're around. Yes, you can change things, but at the same time, you don't want to keep getting around negativity. So I go into this place, I had a bad vibe immediately. Like the two people that were there, and then the lady who worked there. The lady who worked there was very friendly. I'm trying to stay positive, feeling good. But I had this intuition that you're going here out of need, because I wanted to make more money. And instead of being happy with what I had already won, this is why I talk about gratitude. I was like, I need more, more, more. So it's greed, not being grateful, fear, because I was like, oh, I need more money because I wanted to take a trip. And I go in there and I put in $100, and I see myself winning more. And at the very end, I'm like, as I'm getting down more and more money, I start thinking about negative things I heard growing up about money. Then the guy next to me on his machine keeps slapping the machine, kicking it, getting up, putting more money in. The lady next to me over here on this side, it's going like this. I'm like, I feel their negative energy pulling in on me. And then I've got, like I said, when I did that live the one day, it felt like there were some people on there who were just like, oh, let's, like, they keep asking me the same question. It's just that negativity, constant negativity. It's like no matter how positive you are, that person's still going to be negative. So be careful of the friends you surround yourself with too. I used to surround myself with people who I liked, I got along with, I knew them for years, but what were they doing? They were very negative people at the same time. We'll go to bars and, okay, I want to meet a woman tonight. Oh, we're not good with women. Oh, we're not good with women. Oh, what are they going to do? Laugh at us? Do that? Like, it's like, you look back, it's like, dude, you are negative motherfuckers. Why am I surrounding myself with you? And then when it came to terms of money, I need more money. I need more. So they were always negative. They were always depressed. They were like, so one, be careful who you surround yourself with. Two, always have positive affirmations regarding the situation, and know that there's always, man, all these messages are coming in late on the computer. Know that, and it always throws my mind off too. So one, surround yourself with good people. Two, positive affirmations to get rid of the old ones. Start forgetting the old ones the best you can. Put yourself in good environments. If you have the money, take a trip, get away from everything. That's always helped. If you want, like I did recently, I started buying nicer clothes. Start changing or going to the gym more, which I was doing again. So you go somewhere to make yourself feel good. Put yourself in a better state. That's all we're doing. Like Neville said, states don't change, but we move through them. So if I'm a depressed person, I'm in the depressed state, but what's the difference? I can move from the depressed state to a positive state. I just have to move there. And if I was a positive person, what would I be doing? I'd be making videos online for you guys. I would be dressing better. I'd be hitting the gym. I'd be with SP. I would be having the money I want. So the thing is, you got to just change your environment, change your state, move out of the state. So when reality is slapping you in the face, and also trust that everything is working out in your favor. It doesn't look like it. No contact is a blessing. So we're going to go into that video next, but no contact is a fucking blessing, because you write the story. It's empty. It's a blank book that they just gave you. And that's also, we're acting like they gave it to you because there's someone else. No, everyone's you pushed out. So realize it's just something that you need to do to go through a spiritual growth process. So I know it's kind of a shorter video. I tried to condense it. I tried to it's hard when I write out all these lists because there could be multiple videos in one, and I'm trying to stay concise on one point. But the point is, when 3D is slapping you in the face, start making changes where you can. Don't go out and be like, oh, I have to text SP now. I have to text SP now because maybe, all right, I did some exercises like I went to the gym and then I did some mental exercises and meditated. All right, so now she's ready for me to text her. No. She's not. You're just coming out of a needy place. When you no longer need to text them, that's true detachment. Like this morning, I woke up to a message from SP and like, this channel is a roller coaster with it because like I said, I don't know what I want. That's where the hot and cold comes in. I guess I'd like to meet someone I'm more compatible with. But then the compatible person I listed out started becoming my SP. She started changing to be that. And I started seeing more positives there, so I'm hanging out with her more. But at one point, this SP and another SP I had before will text me things that I would have killed to have them say at one point, and then they send it, and it's like, I don't need that. I'll get back to you when I get back to you. It's not like you guys already know that feeling. It's like you're manifesting a text. The text shows up, your heart's like this, and it's like, how do I respond? You just jumped right the fuck out of the state you were in. I've been there, I've done that. You jumped right the fuck out of the state you were in. A confident, secure person goes, oh yeah. When your friend texts you, you go like, oh my God, my friend just texted. No, I just got a response from my buddy who's probably going to be in this live in a little bit. He'll send me a text message and be like, oh, cool. I'll get back to that when I get back to that. I'm doing something right now. And if I have time, I'm not playing games or anything. It's like, but I'll get back to him when I get back to him. When your SP becomes like that, when money becomes like that, where it's like, oh, wow, I just got more money. Cool. Instead of, oh, thank God. Oh, yeah, you could be grateful, but it's almost like you're coming from a place of, oh, I don't believe that just happened. I don't believe that just happened. But you should, because money comes to you easy and effortlessly and joyfully. Thought that would be cool to puff the cigar to that, but I told you it was going to die out, and I almost ashed it in my coffee right now. But in terms of money or SP or anything in life that you're manifesting, right now I'm faced with circumstances I'm not going to tell you about because I'm going to reveal it one. I know it's been manifested fully to the way I want, but I've reacted. I freaked out. Even though I teach this stuff, I know the stuff, I know the rules. My first thought, because of how I've trained my mind, is don't react. But then sometimes it feels good to react. So sometimes you do let a little bit out. And that goes back to my point that I've made before. You cannot do anything wrong. I've done everything to fuck up a manifestation, and it hasn't been fucked up. I always get in that. It might be delayed. All you're doing is delaying it. So relax. Change your scenery, remove negative people if you have to, push yourself in the gym, do things to help yourself, and just feel good about yourself. So when you're dealing with negativity, like I am currently, like I've been in the past, like we all do, because that's part of life, and I think it's part of the journey, is we're here to navigate negativity and overcome it. And like I've always said, life will be boring as fuck without any trials and tribulations, okay? So dealing with negativity. So that's my tips, my advice. If it helps you, let me know in the comments. If you got questions on it, comment it. If not, I love you guys. I believe in you guys. We'll see you in the next video. Didn't turn off right away. All right, now I'm gonna check the chat in here, and then we'll record the next video. Oh, what's up, Eric? Bro, loving the outfits lately. I'm in sales, and I have to dress like that when I dress good. I feel exactly, yeah. I've been feeling a lot better. I've always just been like a t-shirt, gym clothes type of guy, and stuff like that. But I decided to start upping my style, and it's inexpensive too. I mean, like some of the stuff is a little bit more expensive, but I've gone to the thrift store. I'm not gonna lie, I've gone to the thrift store and picked up stuff because they got some good stuff there. I can't watch just now, but I hope I get caught up later. Wishing you the best, brother. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, for sure, brother. I'm gonna leave it up, and you can watch it later on tonight when you get a chance, or whenever. I really torched this thing. It's all burned up. It tastes burning. Fucked it up. All right. That's dealing with negativity. What the fuck is this? Oh. It says P messaging me. We just talked about we don't really need to answer it, so I already know I don't have to see her for... Is it fucking 12:53 already? All right, we only got about an hour, so I'm going to do the next video. I'll answer a question real quick. Do the next video. Try and get through as many as I can. leave the outfit out or put a new one on, and then do the next set. So it seems like I've done them over time because I don't have to keep seeing me in the same fanciness. Hey, Amy. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that you're finally getting to catch it. It's not really the best one. It's my first one back. I had about a week off of doing lives. We just did a video. It's going to be posted probably tomorrow about dealing with negativity and things like that. I'm going to join your live one day. Oh, I don't know if he's going to join or not. That's my friend who had a success story, and I can tell his success story actually too because it relates with the Super Bowl, and I'll tell that story through here. Or maybe I should wait for him because it is his story. We could sit down and talk together on a live, but it burned through really good. All right, so doing a video on no contact now. I'm gonna ruin these suits already. All right, I just wanted to say I really appreciate your realness and honesty in your last video. I know it's not easy. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, it's hard. I didn't want to make the video, and it's been something I've been struggling with for a while. And it's I always tried to do it for free. I tried to do it cheap. I tried to do it and I'm still think I'm pretty cheap on it. And it's compared to the other coaches, and it's balancing a day job, doing your own manifestations, and dealing with that. It can be difficult. So, I just felt I had to do that. Look at that, pretty fucking ripped. Inez, how you doing? Welcome to the live. We're gonna record the next video on no contact because I just got a request on that. This will be posted Wednesday, I guess. Fucking cigar has asthma. It's gonna give me asthma too. All right, now I've got it puffed up enough. We'll do the next video. What's up, Mystic Manifesting family? Nick with Mystic Manifesting here. Still going live. Still in the same outfit. Still focusing on this topic that kind of relates to the last video, which you guys will probably see on Tuesday. This will be a Wednesday video. And the last video I did was dealing with negativity, which kind of branches into no contact. So no contact is a negative situation. It's another SP-related video. Like I said, I'm trying to branch more into money and other aspects of life and telling more success stories. I actually got a success story this morning about the Super Bowl that I'd like to share. And I think I'll do that in the next video since we'll have a money one this week. But anyway, dealing with no contact. Dealt with this many times. And it sucks nutsack. But it's not possible to get out of no contact. And you know what? Let me just roll the other thing in there too. Getting unblocked. And then I'll do another video on strictly getting unblocked. But it all, like I said in the first video, they all kind of roll together. So being in no contact is a blessing. As I said in the last video and every video so far, the hardest time I've had manifesting SP was when we were together but not together. Trying to just be friends and breaking out of the friend zone was way fucking harder than no contact. No contact. I wrote the story and I had no interruptions. So writing a story and being in contact. Sorry, I'm dying. But being in no contact was a lot easier because you're writing the story with no interruptions, as I said. And if you watch the last video, I talk about one of the times before the no contact, I was told it could never happen again. I'll never see you. I don't want to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. Basically, the door has been shut. You've been removed from every social media. Well, one, you don't see what the fuck they're posting. And if you hear about what they're posting, deny your senses, as Neville says. So deny your senses and not care about it. And know that your only reality is in your 4D. And if manifesting isn't real anyway, who gives a fuck? It's over and done with. Beyond that helps detach, but you don't have to give up your desire because your heart and the universe and God knows what you want. So stay believing what you want. And when you want to talk to them, you always have contact. And you have contact with the very fucking best version of them when you have your inner conversations. Trust me, I was in contact with my SP every day when we went into no contact. And it was the best, loving, coolest version of her that I wound up actually experiencing later. And recently, experienced an even better version of that after being in contact with that. Took from August till about now because being in contact and seeing things and hearing things, and it's harder because then it trips you up. Even as a coach, it will trip you up. And being a coach is nothing different than actually being with the being a client, because we all are equally struggling with this. Everyone's just figuring it out now. As I always say, we're all in this fucking together. and we're all going to figure this out. And I've just learned after about 2 years of seriously being balls to the wall on this, it's going to be on a shirt now because everybody keeps calling out that term balls to the wall manifesting. So I'm putting it on a shirt. But 2 years of going balls to the wall on this shit, you start to learn all the little hacks and stuff to trick your mind. Because right now, whenever I have a negative experience, my mind automatically goes right to a technique I need to do, or how to deny it, or immediately affirming better stuff. Like I've been, this kind of would have went better in the last video, but I've been slapped in the face by reality with a lot of shit, being denied a promotion. And no matter how much you fight and argue, it doesn't happen. Being told by SP, no matter how much you fight, argue, plead, beg, cry, whatever, like nothing's going to happen. So you learn, and then, for trying to, like I talked about when I was reaching out to Akshay before in the other video, him not answering was the greatest thing. You learn to pick yourself the fuck up. And I think that's the whole beauty of this journey is that, and sorry, I got branched off on a little derivative, but the point is why no contact is a blessing. So when you're in no contact, you're in the best form of contact because inner conversations and dialogue, if you could hear their voice, beautiful. Just absolutely perfect. I couldn't. I even started to forget her face after a while too. But I felt the essence and the vibe, and I would know I knew her name. So it's like I'm throwing all that stuff into it the best I can, because everyone's like, well, what if I can't visualize perfectly? What if I don't hear the voice perfectly or see the message? Doesn't fucking matter. God and the universe know what you want. You and your inner self know what you want. Is going to get it. And again, with patience and time, and sometimes it takes time, and you got to have pep talks. And that's why I try to make a video every day, like the channels I listen to, not to learn the rules and to be a hero of the word. It's just a pep talk. And it seems like most of the people who I've coached so far already know every fucking thing to do. They just need a pep talk. When I bought coaching and needed it, it wasn't that I needed to learn anything. It was that I needed to hear from somebody else it can be done. So I try to constantly remind every day, this can be done. It's not impossible. I've done it 6 times. And then, as the one comment said when I first started this channel, well, you better go back to the drawing board because you didn't keep her. There were times where I didn't want to keep her. There were times where I imagined negatively. There were times where most often I could not get rid of the old story. And most often what I came up with was my self-concept was not strong. So if it's not strong, you ain't going to keep anything. That's why I keep harping self-concept. I'll probably drop a video on that next week because I think I did one last week. But self-concept is important. And I know nobody wants to hear it. I didn't want to hear it. But I don't give a fuck what you want to hear. You're going to build your self-concept. Because at the end of the day, loving myself feels so much better. Like this past week, I said in the last video, I was going through a bunch of shit, thinking about financial stuff. I'm locked in to this certain situations and stuff like that. And it's like, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to do this? And I'm trying to figure things out. And I don't want to reveal the story until it's finally done because the story unfolding is a beautiful process. And sometimes it's like, there's a blue jay right there. So I like living by the sports preserve. You see beautiful things like that. And I'm wearing blue to sign everything's going to work out. Why? Because I just interpret it as that. Everything only has meaning if you give it that meaning. So anyway, I keep getting really distracted on this, but if you guys are here, you obviously like listening to me ramble about bullshit. So not the manifesting bullshit, but me bullshitting on random things like the bird. But inner conversation is probably your best tool in no contact. Falling asleep as if they were in your bed every night, feeling like you're still sleeping with them or living with them. Perfection. Best thing you could do. And that's what's worked for me. Every single time I've tried it, that's worked. And recently I've been playing with the idea of picking a new person to manifest that scene with and the bed and hearing stuff and then see what happens. However, I have not had the desire enough to do it because SP came back around and things have been really good the way I wanted them always. So part of me and my ego part wants to do it just for this channel though. But this thing is dead. All right, we'll leave that there for now. But let me try to think of some other things because I keep losing my train of thought. No contact. The biggest thing I can tell you is you have contact. You have the ultimate contact. And when you get back into contact with them, sometimes there's a small bridge where you have to do like a buffer period where you're in weird contact and hot and cold contact. I'd be like, I'm not ready for this. I want to go back to the other no contact where I have complete control of it, because sometimes as they're conforming or coming back around, it's not exactly what you visualized. and almost like a test. I'm not saying that there has to be a test. You could affirm that there's no test in your reality and everything goes smoothly when they come back. For me, it just played out that way. And I think it had to, so I can learn different things to teach. Well, anyway, SP comes back in and I had to deal with that stuff. And then finally, when everything conformed perfectly, like one of the times when I did, like when I went really balls to the wall, that was like the time when we went everywhere where I wanted it to go. It was absolute perfection. So sorry, I lost my train of thought on this. Anyway, no contact is a blessing. So, and there's a million things happening in the background that you don't see. You could use the eavesdropping technique to see them, but only use it positively. Like I would always see my SP talking with her best friend about how perfect things were with me and why she wishes to do with me and blah, blah, blah. So when you eavesdrop in on positive things like that, because they will happen. You get told that it exactly happened that particular way in the same areas. Like I would picture, I'd only been in her house once, and I used to picture this eavesdropping technique where they were talking in the kitchen, which I had only seen briefly through a little corner, but I pictured them there, and it became easy just to drop in and hear this conversation that I created. I was doing the lines. Then eventually it became like watching a movie. I don't even remember them. And then sometimes it would do its own little conversation. I'm just watching it. I'll be at work doing something and I'm hearing and seeing this movie in my head. So yeah, point of it is don't stress over no contact. Don't stress over being blocked. Don't stress over any of that because it always works out in the end. You always get what you want and you can't fuck it up no matter what has happened. Because trust me, a lot of stupid shit has happened between me and SP. And we would always get back together when I started doing the manifesting techniques and stuff. And a lot of times it was, I think more than half the times it was her reaching back out. Only one of the times or two times was me just just checking in. But I knew if I did that, she would be into me. So sorry, I just saw a message from her come up. And like I said in the last video, you don't have to be, oh, let me hurry and check it. Because I don't. All I know is I got to meet her in an hour. But we're going through this as fast as possible. And I think that sums up no contact. As always, if there's questions, comments, concerns, want me to clarify and make another video on this topic, I will do it. Let me know if you want to get coaching. I'll put the email where you can email me and the thing. I'm trying to remember everything I'm supposed to say at the end of the videos, but I already make long ass videos. And I think if people are really interested in coaching, they do the drop down link. That's what I used to do if I wanted to coach with someone. But I had only wound up buying coaching once. So anyway, if you want that, I do have coaching. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Mystic family. I love you guys. I believe in you. Anything's possible. And I can't wait to hear your success story. See you in the next video. There. Okay. That was a long one. Kind of. All right. Let's see. All of that is 100% valid. You're not one of the few coaches, or you're one of the few coaches who is so genuine and caring. Oh, thank you, Amy. If you're still here, thank you. Sorry, it took a 10-minute little to do the video. So I think that sums up no contact. Sometimes on the videos, it's like I lose my train of thought because I start to think, how do I stick on one topic, but so many of the things tie together in this. And like I said, if I'm talking about no contact, well, that's going to go into being blocked. And that's a whole nother video itself. But everything gets undone. Like when you want a certain outcome, it all kind of like takes care of itself. And if I did a video on that, that's kind of, I agree. You're a genuine dude. So grateful. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it, guys. Well, I'm grateful you guys found the channel too. I love having you guys here. I love talking to you guys. It does feel like a nice little community, and I never would have expected to build something up like this. I mean, I always tried with the comedy channel and with acting and filmmaking and what's the word I just used? Trying. I was trying. And I do want to go back to doing that and being that version of myself. But I could bridge comedy and cinema and everything into here. Like the dressing nice is only like a phase one of what I was planning to do. Like I was trying to add more comedy and lightheartedness and film stuff, like do a whole like little cinematic thing or recreate a scenario or a story arc of something that happened to me and make it like a movie. So that way I'm bridging, manifesting, giving you guys entertainment and distractions, because I already know when you're manifesting something, your mind is so fucking off on it. And it's like, that's the only thing you care about. And sometimes you just want a nice distraction, but also something you think's going to give you an answer. And this stuff is an answer. So I was going to talk about each time I got back together with Lily, but I mean, I've already kind of told that story. And I was going to tell this story about the ring, but I told that as one of my first videos. And I don't like repeating videos because you see so many coaches will be like, a video on circumstances don't matter a week later. Circumstances don't matter. It's like, yeah, because there's only so many topics to do. And I try to find a way to keep making things original here. And that's why I try to just tell stories and personal things while also telling. I should maybe just do a series like where I really write it out and do in depth on how something works without success stories. And then the rest of the videos, you see how I apply stuff maybe. I mean, like I said, I'm figuring this whole thing out as I go. I did not expect this channel to even be where it's going. I mean, before August, I already know we'll have 1,000 followers, which would mean the channel's monetized, which would be my first ever monetized channel for anything I've ever done online. And I'm grateful to all you guys who have stayed here and supported me and kept doing this and sticking around. So I appreciate that. So I already know it's like this. Maybe I don't believe in like a destiny where it's like, oh, it has to be set in stone, but it almost felt like I was guided towards this. So it's like Neville said, you'll be called and you'll feel that you're called. Let's see. Jay, first time catching the live. Hope you're doing well. Grateful for this channel. Enjoy. Take your time for everyone. Still working on my SP movement every week still. That's awesome, Jay. I'm glad that you still got movement. And even when you don't see the movement, like I just said in these videos, there's always movement. And even when I didn't see it, I was like, come on, man, what the fuck? Where's the fucking movement? And it was happening the whole time. And it freaked out for nothing. So don't freak out over nothing. Wishing everyone here all the best. You are all in my affirmations. Thank you, Mark. Yes, you guys are all in mine as well. I usually after every session, then I like have more information on the person's situation. I tell them what they should be doing. Obviously, they're the master of their own reality. So whatever they stick with, that's going to be what comes up. But I'll always do like a visualization real quick of like reading their story on live or receiving and reading it myself, and then sending them back congratulations or something. And it only takes me a couple minutes, like Neville said, manifesting on behalf of someone else. It just takes a couple minutes and you take care of it. So this video that I want to do next is very similar to what I talked about in that last video where I was talking about how hard it is to do the live and no, it's no one in here, so nobody get butthurt or anything, because I felt really bad because a lot of people were like, oh, was that me? Was that me? It's like, no, but there are certain people who will come in the live and it will be again and 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 again every day for weeks and weeks and weeks. Have you done the move? Have you done the exercises I've told you? And I'm in the live, I'm giving out free advice. On the videos, I'm giving out free advice. You don't need coaching. I'm telling you all the shit you need to know here. Person wouldn't answer. The one that's stuck in my head. It's like, no, but what should I do? And the person knows all they manifest. What should I do? Do this. My SP's never coming back. Okay, then your SP's not coming back. All right, I'm gonna do another bit. And boom, 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 boom. I'm seeing out of the corner of my eye because I could see your chat while I'm doing these. And I'm like, oh, people need help. I go on there. I see one person who's never commented before. I'm trying to get to that question, but I'm answering the other one, and it's burning me the fuck out. So as I said, the other thing, be careful who you surround yourself with. Giving that stuff mind is bringing that into your reality. And I began to have a real negative week, for like a day or two, the SP stuff really regressed. But then I just went balls to the wall, as I always say, on my manifesting. Boom! All of a sudden, my SP movement went way back up that way. And I'm not even concerned about that anymore. I don't visualize for her. I don't affirm for her. I don't do none of that shit anymore. And she's messaging me right now. I'm not, I got to text her back. She can wait. I'm doing this. In terms of like friends and stuff like that. I mean, just be careful who you surround yourself with. Even the story when I was at the casino or the little mini casino thing, sitting next to a guy goes hitting the machine. It's like, I'm like, now I'm tense and I'm watching my money go down, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna be broke. So I remember all the negative things my dad said about gambling, even though I've been winning. And then, oh, all my money's gonna be gone. All my money's gonna be gone. All my winnings, they were all gone. At the end of the night, it was all gone. Because then you start trying to drink to calm down. Because sometimes, like, and I know Neville always talks about how he likes to drink. So if you get a little buzzed, sometimes it's a little bit easier. No food in your stomach, you drink faster, and boom, now you're drunk, and all your money's gone. And then it's like, just as I felt. So what's the first thing? Like I said, my mind's already programmed. So I'm actually going to tell this I'm going to retell this again, so you might have to listen to it twice. But then all of a sudden, you're hearing all this like negative stuff from your past. You're seeing it, and it's all coming down. And then now you're feeling negative, and then you drink a little bit too much. So now you're this all in this thing, and then you got no money in your wallet. So what did I do? Is I'm leaving the bar. I have like at this point, it's been a couple hours later. I knew like when I started feeling bust, stop drinking now. So your mind will start telling, once you've reprogrammed it, stop drinking now. It tells you what you're doing. All right, stop. Start ordering waters, talking to my friends, relaxing. Be grateful for the moment I have. Grateful that I won all that money before. Start feeling like my wallet was fat when I started. Now it's dead. It's fat. My wallet's fat. I'm feeling it in my pants, even though I'm not. I'm feeling a thin wallet in my pants. Lie to yourself. Lie to yourself. Lie to yourself. Be grateful for everything you get. Yesterday, I only won $6 off 100. Put in 100, got won 106. But I almost lost it all. So be grateful that you won that. And then eventually, it's like, we're going to tell a gambling success story too. One of my friends who's had it over the weekend. But gambling's not the only way to make money. It's just something that I use as a great, because slot machines are run off a random number generator. So changing that with money comes to me easy, effortlessly. And I mean, that's the most universal way. It's like, because like, look at Ani fucking crushing it at Create Your Future with slot machines. That's what really got me into it. Was it's more of an experiment for me, but it's borderline gambling addiction. And that, because if you become so wrapped up in that, you go broke on that shit. So anyway, SP's indicating she's prepared for things to not work out with 3P big change, affirming everyone else. That's awesome, Jay. That's usually, it's good. I mean, you'll start seeing like that's major movement right there. I know, like you might just think, oh, it's just little movement, or winning just the $6 in the slot machine is little movement. Everything's big movement when you see it that way. Everything's just the way you see it. That's good, H. If that helps you, brother, to what do you call it? To get more in the state of already having it. Like I said, I knew I didn't need the channels anymore when I was getting my mind right. I was like, I no longer need any of this. I'm good. However, I was like, I still watch them all the time because I like the people and the personalities, which is why I feel like a lot of people watch this channel, because for some reason they like this personality. Let me see this. Actually, this is my friend who was supposed to come into the live. Next Sunday, we might have a guest on the podcast. Maybe I'll hold off. I love you too, brother. I'm glad that you're doing well. Congrats on the 405 too. That's another thing. I have not always responded to my my comments because and I definitely can't respond to that comment because I can't understand what it says. It's in our language. But I see a thumbs up and waving, so hello, whoever that is. Because your name is in another language and your comment is in another language. So I don't know, but hi. Welcome. Sometimes I wait like a week too, just because it's like, even when I see I read them all, but then I want to like take time to respond nicely to it. Oh, it's spam? One second. All right. Let's do the next video real quick. We're talking about the gambling one, and I want to talk about that again and respond to these comments real quick. and go. How much time do I got before I got to meet her? Oh, we still got an hour. We're moving quick. I just hope even though we talk once in a while, we're at a better place. We talk once in a while, we are in a better place than yesterday. Yeah. I think that's like a good affirmation to have too, is like things are like every day gets better than it was the last day. That's kind of how I look at it. And it's almost something my SP taught me, like she goes, every day it feels better, or like we're getting closer and stuff like that. And it took a long time to get to that journey, and now it's the point where I'm like, do I really need that? But here we are. And it's not just, I just use that in the SP thing because it feels weird. I never thought if I did a manifesting channel it would be SP related. I was watching all this stuff, reading Neville and everything before I even had an SP. And then I failed the first SP that I wanted, who still will occasionally contact me, but I have zero desire for that no more. But this other SP that you guys have seen and I want to do the vlog with and everything, there's crazy movement and stuff there. So I'm happy about all that. All my pictures, or not my pictures, my notes are flying away. Well, we're asking 2 push-ups. I, as an older brother, know he is going to benefit. I agree, H. Yeah. Well, that's one of the things. It's like when we tell you to do something, like, and I'm an older brother too. It's like when you're telling someone to do something, it's because it's for their betterment and prioritizing yourself. If you're not on a pedestal, there's certain people who are not on a pedestal themselves, or at least value themselves. So the SP becomes their value. And if they don't have the SP, they have zero value. And that's the mindset we're trying to change. You're going to win Mr. California. And if I remember, your competition's in November. So I will be there. And God willing, about traveling and stuff, or if I make this, I'll tell you guys one of my manifestations. Hold on. Is to be able to blow this up enough where I could do it full time and make a living. Travel around, meet the subscribers, hear their stories, do little interviews or podcasts, and like you're in California, so a beautiful thing out by the ocean, sitting there dressed up nice, or I'm still working on my body, being like I've gained a little bit of weight since the Mexico stuff with SP, and then being in a relationship does fuck up your physique too, because it's eating out, dates, this and that. Well, more time for SP. Luckily my SP works out, but prioritizing yourself. Hey, I can't hang out today, or I can't hang out for a couple hours. I got to get a pump in. I don't got time for that. It's not being a dick. It's just prioritizing yourself. Did you ever get a hold of Bianca from Create Your Future for a guest appearance? No. So if I remember, Bianca was the one who I coached with, and I kept thinking maybe it's not her name, but I think there's another. No, Bailey is the one I was getting confused. Someone else was like telling me Bailey, but Bianca, no. I watched a video. It was funny because I kept thinking about it. Like, how do I contact her? How do I find out from Create Your Future? They seem to be very private. And Amanda did a video about it, talking about how coaches come and go. And I was like, man, this is just what we're talking about. She's like, people have been wondering. I don't know if anyone reached out asking for me on my behalf. But that would be a true cool manifestation to have, where somehow I'll end up in contact with her again. And I haven't reached out to Create Your Future, and part of me believes that they won't give me the information anyway, or give her my contact information, but that's a negative assumption. So maybe put that on the list for this week to maybe do. Anyway, let me go back to the one, and you guys just heard the story, so sorry if you got to hear it again. The gambling story. I want to do be hearers of the word, because that's very important to what H was just saying too, about people know what to do and they're not doing it. So what's up, Mystic Manifesting family? Nick with Mystic Manifesting here. We're going live, and I didn't even prepare for this one really, or I never really do it. Just throw it out there. Anyway, be hearers of the word and not only do it. Well, be doers of the word and not only hearers. I got it backwards. Quote from the Bible, quoted by Neville, Manifesting Principle 101. So, what does that mean? Be ye doers of the word and not only hearers. What are we all guilty of, myself included, when we're doing manifesting and want something? We're guilty of watching a million goddamn videos, reading every book under the sun on manifesting, and thinking the SP is going to come, or the money's going to come, or the manifestation is going to happen. because we have watched and read everything. But did we retain what we watched or read? Pay attention to it? We could cite you every goddamn technique, but we don't do them. We don't go to sleep visualizing SP next to us. We don't walk around the day pulling out our wallet with only $1 in it, picturing $1,000 in it. We don't have inner conversations with people the way we're supposed to. We don't do anything that we're supposed to in the book. So this is a reminder video and a pick you up video. So myself, I never get YouTube things like that come up, but I just got a notification on here. If anyone understands what that commenter is saying, they're commenting on videos now, it's popping up on my thing, and I never get notifications from YouTube. Is it really spam H? But anyway, so be ye doers of the word, not only hearers. So let's give an example. I wanted my first SP really, really bad before I even met the current SP and the one who I went on the whole adventure, which led me into doing this channel. When I met her, I knew of manifesting. I was manifesting little things, never love, never anything like that, never a person. I was always just manifesting things that I knew I could get. And because I already had that assumption, I always got them. If you know you could get anything and you know that you're out of your reality, that's not hard to get anything. You always get it. When I came to this woman, I watched every video Robert Zink goddamn made. I watched every video Kim Velez made, but also for another reason of thinking, oh, well, what's Kim Velez? I have to watch this video. She's so hot. But then I started with Create Your Future, and I watched. And then I listened to Neville all day at work in my headphone while I'm sweeping a garage or fixing a toilet or fixing electrical stuff or whatever thing I had to do at work. I'm listening to Neville. It's like, yes, good point, Neville. Yes, I am God in my reality. I know it. Why don't I get what I want? Why don't I get what I want? Oh, what am I doing? I'm affirming. Why am I not getting what I want? Because I'm needing. So we all know the rules. We all do what we're supposed to do. If we all know the rules, why are we not doing what we're supposed to do? We get so inundated, and I watch one more video. That's the secret. The secret is assume you already have what you want to have and have it. Pray as though you have already received it, and it will be yours. Paraphrased and butchered from the Bible, but that is something from Peter in the Bible. Is if you believe you have received it and pray as if you have already received it, you will have it, which in modern terms is to manifest something, act as though it's already yours. Every time I had my SP back, I was dating her in my head. I was going on imaginary dates. I was going about my day. I was living two lives. I was in my 4D and I was going around the 3D doing what I had to do here. But every day I was doing everything I was supposed to do there. I'm watching movies in my head about it and building up my imagination. And by the time she came back, it felt like a natural process. And there was also issues with like, how's that noise out there? It's always noisy whenever I'm doing these videos. But it felt very natural when I finally had SP, and it didn't feel like I manifested anything. It was just like it was weird. Like it was like certain memories were like, that really happened, or did I imagine that? And it would be like, she'd be like, what are you talking about? Oh, never mind. That happened in my imagination, not in real life. So not saying to be like crazy, but I'm saying to be delusional within reason. And that's not even the technique we're talking about. The topic is all the techniques work as long as they work in your mind and you believe that they work. And even when you don't fully believe them, if you're trying them and doing them, like Neville said, the ladder experiment, nobody fucking believed it, but he did it. He had people do it, and then that made them believers in the word. So instead of, this is mainly a pep talk. When you do what you're supposed to do, when you do what Neville wrote about, when you do what the coaches are telling you to do, and you don't need the videos, and you don't need your SP, and you're detached, and you feel happy, and you're grateful, and things are working out, and you understand the law, you understand it's like putting in an order with the universe, but it might just be from Wish.com. I mean, when it takes a while to order something from Wish in China, the universe is all the way out there, but it's also all the way within here too. So you don't know when the moment's going to come. And that's what makes it even more beautiful too. So you're putting in an order that you don't know when it's going to arrive. So it's a surprise. You're putting in a surprise order, and at the proper time, it's going to reveal itself. Sometimes it's instant. It's more surprising to get it instant. Sometimes it takes a long ass time. And it also depends on how strong you believe, whatever the bridge is, whatever you think is going to happen, because at the end of the day, everything is on your own beliefs. So it's a real short video. We're only 6 minutes in, and I'm just saying, be doers, not only hearers. So, I mean, we just had someone on live talk about, talk about not having people up on a pedestal, unsubscribing from the channels and stuff like that. If you have to do that, I mean, the channels don't mean anything. These coaches, not myself included, we are not going to manifest it for you by watching us. You're going to manifest it by yourself from learning what we're teaching and doing it yourself. Yes, every time I have a client, do I visualize their success? Yes, I do what Neville did. Takes me a minute to sit there, find an end scene. I can find an end scene like that, and I do it. But it took me through 2 years of trial and error and process, where it's like, even when I talked about my stories over here with gambling and stuff like that, when I had lost, what did I do? I went in my head, and my brain automatically knew what to do. Feel your wallet full even though it's empty. When I'm going to tell that story in another video too. But every single thing you do, you have to it becomes so natural to change an assumption, to revise, to know what technique. Once you really get the hang of this and you detach and you relax and you let all the teachings that you've learned and absorbed kick in, you'll be good. So I'd say right now, pick a technique you like, pick something you're not too particularly attached to, a mini manifestation, and get to fucking work. So questions, comments, concerns, as always, drop them in the comments, and I'm here for coaching. That's in the comments too. Send me an email. We'll book up a session. If you don't, but like I always say, you don't really need it. You just need to do what you need to do, but it's mainly a pep talk if that's what you want to hear. Or if you can't decipher where your blocks are or something, we'll talk about that too. And I don't know why the last 2 videos I've plugged coaching. I don't need to. A lot of noise out there. Anyway, I love you guys. I believe in you guys. You got this. We're all in this together. We'll see you in the next one. Another one in the books. That's 3. Yeah, H, that's a good point too. If he is, I'm sure he's reading it and he's appreciative of that advice. I know how it is to be in that place. I've been in that place, but at the same time, you got to keep your dignity and hold yourself strong and do your push-ups. God damn it. That's going to be an art t-shirt from me and you. Do your goddamn push-ups. Hi, everyone in class, but wanted to drop some support on break. We all got this. Have a good day. Yes, yup. We all do. We're all in this together. Thank you for the positive vibes. Hopefully you'll be back before we get off. How much time I got now? 1:30. Got about 30 minutes left. People that don't understand the whole let go thing don't get that it's an obsession. This includes watching all sorts of law of attraction videos. Yep. Put yourself first. Do what you like. Then movement comes. Exactly, Jay. That's always how it is. And it's very hard to see at first because everything seems like it's outside when it's not. It's all within. So loving and respecting yourself is how people are going to treat you. And I'm going to try and get one more video in. Then I'll go get the tripod, take some nice photos here for the thumbnails. I've been trying to class up the thumbnails a little bit instead of just posting a video and being lazy. Like I said, I'm trying to put more work into all this. Hard to do it for sure. It took weeks of spiraling to figure out. Yeah. Then that spiraling makes you stronger. It's like anywhere else in life. Like if you're training and fighting, you're going to get your ass beat. I did a lot of times before you learn how to fight. Bodybuilding, you're going to get yourself fucked up where you can't even get out of bed. And then you're going to be in shape. Anything in life, you're going to get the shit kicked out of you, and then it's going to make you better. It is my limiting belief that whenever I am vulnerable with women, I will lose her. Yeah, it is a limiting belief, and I tried to combat that too. It's like, because it is natural too, where you see it's like just kind of programmed in and societal, where it's like, if you show a woman emotion, she's gonna leave you. I won't now. I just don't really do no. I mean, I'm honest, real, and genuine here with you guys, but at the same time, I'm not going to lay my problems on them. I'm not going to tell them too much. I'm just going to kind of, because I think I have that limiting belief too. And if I have to hold it in and work on my own shit, that's my job as the guy. I don't know. This is kind of how I was raised. That's how core belief I got, and this is something I don't change. But there have been a few times I've opened up to SP recently, and she was like more attracted to me. And I only played around with that affirmation that I don't have to be super hard ass. But I don't know. Like I said before, knowing what you want is the most important thing. Getting unblocked. I don't know. We kind of already discussed that, the getting unblocked thing. The importance of taking a break. I'm going to cross that one off because that's basically that video I did the other day on the gray suit, where I'll just basically take a break from everything. Messing with the middle. What success stories we got? I don't know if I should tell this one. I kind of want to talk this with him. All right, I'm going to tell this one gambling story I was waiting a while to do. And then more videos from guys' point of view. That's what I try to do. Yeah, it's like the videos from the guy's point of view because it's kind of hard. I'm going to do this one about Joseph Murphy's technique about deconstructing things. And then we will go into then I'll tell a gambling success story. What's up, guys? Nick with Mystic Manifesting. Oh, I fucked up the thing already. What's up, Mystic Manifesting family? Nick with Mystic Manifesting. If you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back, Mystic Manifesting family. There you go. Anyway, today's video was something I heard the other day. As you know, I listen to Neville almost every day. I watch other coaches just because I like their personalities and stuff like that. Joseph Murphy is someone who I've been recently getting more into, but I did apply some of his core principles and teaching when I first got onto my manifesting journey. So I've been kind of all over. I do study the law a lot, and it's just part of me as I like listening to it. I like the history of the old stuff with him and Neville and Florence Scovel Shin stuff. I do like, it's like learning, a refresher, a reminder, and it just feels cool and feels like a little bit of a connection to the past. And now doing the coaching, it's like, okay, learn from the original coaches. So something I heard in one of his lectures was he had a client who was a school teacher. And I don't know if she was really a client or just a student or someone who came to his things, but it was a story about deconstructing. Yeah, I got notes. Deconstructing the negative story. So she was a school teacher, and whenever there was anything she wanted, it's kind of like what I talk about when we go on the negative spiral. She would start building up like, oh, why is she anxious? So she realized logically, as an educator and someone who lives in the 3D world and is very logical and stick to the book stuff, she would go and deconstruct the negative situation. And I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, let me give you a hypothetical situation. Okay, here's one of my stories. Now, I don't know why I've stuck to this story mainly today, but it was like, it's a big one in my life. And everybody always wants to hear about SP. So I'm going to tell this story. All right. I've used it. This whole week's going to be pretty much on this one story. It's kind of dumb, but I mean, if you're stuck with the channel this long, you know. So anyway, the woman says, break down a negative situation and see why it's making you anxious and realize that there's nothing to fear, because fear is the enemy. Fear is false evidence appearing real, right? The book, to take a cheesy, corny line that's very true, false evidence appearing real. So it's taking the negatives of life and making you afraid. But really, when you are fearful and anxious and everything, why? Ask yourself why you're fearful and anxious. Okay, we'll give you the situation. My SP told me, I never want to see you again. This can never happen again. Then I was blocked, removed from everywhere, and I found out there's a third party. All those circumstances made me depressed, sad, emotional, fearful, anxious, and needy, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'm very fearful. The main mode, like the blanket or the umbrella term for all those would be fear. Why am I afraid? Why am I panicked? Why am I like this? Let's break down the situation. I never want to see or hear from you again. And I'm blocked everywhere. That's a blessing. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Then I overhear something about there's a third party. Why does that make me anxious and sad? logically, this person's out of my life and I will never see or hear from them again. There's nothing to be afraid of. That's just a person who's no longer in my life. So why am I afraid? There's somebody else with her. Well, good for her. I'm glad she's happy. I bet I'm going to be 10 times happier with someone else. How else do we break this down? Now that I'm no longer with her, I'm saving a lot of money on not going on dates and things like that. Now that I'm no longer with her, I'm no longer stressed and worried about trying to hold a relationship together. I'm just free and doing me. And at the end of the day, you keep I don't want to go on too long, and part of it is I'm running out of ideas, but because being in that situation when you're in there, it's easier said than done looking back on it and now having my manifestation. But in the moment, it's like, really, what are you to be afraid of? What are the worst things that could happen to you in life? You could die, or someone you love or care about could die. Like, those are the absolute worst things that could happen. And I get you losing an SP, you could almost be like losing them out of your life and feeling like a death. It's a death of a relationship. However, it didn't kill you. It didn't physically hurt you. The only way you could die or physically get hurt from that is self-inflicting, and not saying to do it, but I'm saying that's the only way that could actually hurt you, and that would be on your own doing, which you should never do. But you need to pick yourself up and realize you're still alive, you're still healthy, you're still standing, and you have way more opportunities ahead of you in life. And now you've deconstructed it. It's no longer scary. Knowing that there's other opportunities, knowing that you're the prize, building yourself up. It's no longer scary. You're not afraid no more. And I like that idea that the woman broke it down, and then at the end of the day, she still got her manifestation, because the universe knows what you truly want, and you know what you truly want. But as a relaxing technique, realizing what is scaring you and realizing it's not scary, it's not going to hurt you. There's very few things. The only thing that can hurt you is yourself and putting yourself in bad situations. So when you break it down like that, it's like, wow, there's really nothing that's going to hurt me. And yeah, this is emotionally painful, but I'll make it through. And then now you've just relaxed yourself. You've calmed down. And then from there, it's like, okay, now I can do a technique where I'm detached from everything. Like, oh, I'm going to picture myself with SP. We're in a nice date. We're in Paris. We're blah, 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 whatever. Put yourself in that nice situation. And then if you ever get anxious again, break it down again. Break it down further where it's just nothing. Because like I said before, when I first started this channel, events happen. The only meaning to them is the meaning you give them. Something can happen that's awful to me and the worst thing in the world, but it could be an amazing thing to someone else. But to me, in my world, this is absolutely awful. For me to break up with the person I love, it's the worst thing in the world. To someone else, it'd be the best thing in the world, because now they can go out, be a player, and do whatever they want. And I can do that too. But why does it affect me where I'm hurt from this situation? Why does it not affect them and they're not hurt? It's because of the meaning they assigned it. So bridging my idea, which maybe not my idea, maybe other people have said it, but that's just something I was saying when I first started the channel, with the Joseph Murphy technique that teacher said, breaking it down, deconstructing it. Nothing is crazy important that you have to like be obsessed with it like that. So at the end of the day, deconstructing it, realizing I don't need this manifestation, is a form of detachment. And liberating to you, you could breathe again, you could get that anxious heaviness off of you and live your life and understand everything's going to work out your way. And then to start thinking about success stories and other people who have succeeded, realizing you don't need your manifestation, but you will have it anyway. So another short video. I've been doing pretty good keeping these under 10 minutes, or at least 10 minutes. So if you guys want the long ones back, I'm sure I could ramble the fuck on, but today I'm a little bit of a time crunch. We're recording the videos for the week. So anyway, I hope that helps. Questions, comments, concerns, down there, bio, coaching stuff, whatever. Love you guys. See you in the next video, and we'll talk to you soon. Man, another one down. See what else I can get before the coffee's out. Hey, Amara, how you doing? I get excited every time I see her live. I get excited every time I see you in the live. I recognize so many of the faces, too, from the beginning. And I know you've been here since the beginning, so I love it. I need a good affirmation for passing an exam. I am extremely intelligent, and every test goes my way, no matter how hard it is. That one's kind of lame. I don't like that one. It's too wordy. Give it a good one. I'm the best exam taker. It's always personal too. Like it's funny because I used to whenever I studied really hard for an exam and need to pass this. Like I didn't like school, but like if I was struggling, it'd be like I need to pass. I need to pass. Study, 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 and I fail the fuck out of that test. When I say I don't give a fuck, this is easy. You ever hear that in school? Everybody would always be like, "It's crazy. Whatever test I don't study for, I do well on because your subconscious knows the answers already." So keep it right there. I'm extremely intelligent, and my subconscious has absorbed all the answers I need. I pass every test easy and effortlessly. I like that one kind of. But play with it and see if maybe you come up with something in between. But it's pretty much that's always how it's been. Like you hear that everywhere. When I don't try, things happen. That's detachment. So detach. You don't need to pass the test, but you already know you're going to pass it. We'll end up manifesting our SPs and all the things that are important to us. I believe it. Yeah, we will. And as my hero Rich Piana used to say, we're all in this together. And we are. And I'd say there's been a lot of amazing movement from my personal journey that I've shared everything pretty much with you guys, like a personal diary here, and to the stories and success I've seen. I've not seen her back, but Samantha wrote in the last live 2 weeks ago that she manifested her SP. And I believe she reached out to me when there was free coaching still. And I sent her an email outlining what she should do. And she commented the last thing. I was very happy to hear it, but then I was recording these and I was kind of burning out in that last live. And I wish that she would come back so we could hear that story. So, Samantha, if you see it or you want to tell it, send me an email. I pass every test easy and effortlessly. Love it. Perfect. Good. I'm glad you like it. And that's kind of like the one I use for the gambling stuff. And I think the gambling video will be my last video. I didn't even finish my cigar. I don't really want to. I have to go to the gym and possibly walk with SP. It's a nice day out here today. Nice natural lighting. Let me see. All right, I'm going to send a snap with you guys in it. It's the SP. She was telling me, make sure I recognize who's the one who helped with my style. I won't lie, she picked out the vest. This is a shirt I already had. She picked out the blue pants. She picked out 2 of the suits. So, all right, baby, you're on the live right now. See, there's a live. All right, everybody, it's 12 viewers now. We'll be up to probably 100 when it's posted. Lily is the one who helped pick out this nice vest and these very nice pants and the gray suit you saw in the last video. So she would like to be recognized. But you didn't pick this one out or this. So anyway, props to Lily for helping your man get a lot better style choices. Because as you know me in the videos, I'm usually in gym clothes. But I made a few style choices myself. We'll see those in other videos. All right. I had to give you your props. That way you believe me. All right. I'm setting up because I got that date in a little bit. But I'm not wearing this. It's a workout date. So I will be in my junky clothes. Hold on. I'm going to add that one too real quick. All right. Here's part 2. My boy George says, good job, Lily. I've been getting a lot of compliments. So thank you. And now, let me see what's... I'm going to go through the gambling one later because I already told it on here because I think I'm kind of running out of time. All right. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Nobody ever got anywhere by slacking off, did they? All right, where's the story? Gambling story. Okay, yeah. Welcome back, Mystic Manifesting family. Nick with Mystic Manifesting here. We're down the live. This is the very last video I'm doing for today, and it's a gambling success story and a major manifestation story I have told. I was not going to tell the story for a while. This happened about 2 weeks ago, maybe week and a half, something like that. But don't judge me because the universe granted me a very nice gift. So as you know, I like to play slot machines. As you know, I use that to test manifesting ability. As you may have known if you've been watching the videos this week, I think this will be a Friday or Saturday video. And I'll be going out tonight, if it is, to a casino. Maybe, no, I got a date this weekend. Never mind. I'm sure I'll have gambled it this week. To tell you guys, sorry, snap notifications. Anyway, success story. So I go out for a birthday party for someone else. And things with SP were good, I think. I don't know. I was trying to like manifest money. I was picturing myself counting on $1,000 in my hand, feeling it, waiting. I'm like, come on, like I know it's a thick stack. I know maybe it's in 20s if I'm winning on the slot machine. I go there and I kept visualizing jackpots. So like and bonus features. And I was triggering every single one, but it was not getting me to where I needed to be. And I'd stay in there and I would get anxious. And like when you take a breath, step back and like take a deep breath, like my hands, my body's tight. I'm stressed. I need this money. What is my body showing? I need this money. And I had $300 from winnings from the weekend before, whatever. Down the money goes. We're bar hopping. I'm keep going to the machines. And I'm losing. Then we wind up at my home bar, the bar I usually hang out with my friends. The machine I picked was the one that me and my friend, she always has good luck on it. I've been using it, been winning a lot. So now I'm assigning that that's a lucky one. End of the day, they're all random number generators. You can get a win on any single one. You can win off $1. You don't need to put 20 or 100 in there. I've seen people, I've done it. Little success story before was a bartender ripped me off because she thought I was more drunk. And I was like, she's trying to charge me for a drink that I thought was on the house. I'm like, here's a 20. It's all I had. On my wallet, I only had 20s and a 5, but the 5 wouldn't cover it or whatever. No, she's trying to charge me for 2 drinks because I want to give her a tip to whatever. I give her 20. I said, do whatever you will. Sorry, put the money in the thing, take out a little bit of money for the change. It's probably supposed to be like $15. Throws it in the tip jar. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, this bitch. So I'm like, you know what? I got a 5. I'm like, I'm going to put this 5 in the slot machine, and I'm lucky. I'm saying all my affirmations and stuff. I always win. I always win a lot off a little. Put a $5 in. Boom. First swing. Trigger the wheel. Spin the wheel. $85. Covers my drinks for the night and a profit. So I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker. Anyway, that was a success story. Back to the original story. I'm losing. I see I'm on my last 20. I was like, there was $300 fucking in this when I started. Hitting it. Now it's not anxious anymore. It's depressed and accepting the finality. Take a deep breath. I lean back and I was counting 1,000. I'm like, God, universe, whoever's listening, my higher self, I want $1,000 at the end of the night. I'm open to however it comes to me. I only have a few spins left. Thank you for all the blessings I've had. I believe I'll have 1,000 at the end of the night by any means necessary. Take a deep breath, go to lean in to hit again, and I hear deep, deep, deep. What the fuck? I never heard that noise before. I turn to my right. The cash out machine is right next to me. A big fat stack of money is sticking out. And I'm like, what? I look over. Only people at the bar are some friends of mine standing there talking to the bartender. They had not played slots all night, and everybody goes there with card. My other friends are on the machines over here. I go to turn to make sure there's no one over there because I don't want to steal nobody's money. I have honor. I go to look. I get grabbed right here. I'm like, fuck. Somebody probably saw what I'm about to do. There's my friend. She tells me. She goes, what are you doing? I'm like, I go to turn back. She goes, did you see? I'm like, yep. She goes, should we? I'm like, yep. 50-50. Yep. Because there's nobody around. There's literally no one in the bar unless somebody passed through drunk, did that and walked out. But there was nobody. We knew everyone in the bar. None of our friends go to the ATM unless they're gambling. All our friends who were gambling had their money and went. They were sober. There's nobody blackout drunk to forget that money. And I was sitting on that machine for an hour with nobody coming to the thing next to me or on the machines to my side. They were way down the line. There was no way. This money was as if it randomly shot out. So she stands next to me, gives me the money, and then I put it in my coat pocket, sit there, and I keep going. She goes to cash out her ticket. She goes, Nick. I look over, more money popped out. I'm like, what the fuck? She gives me that, put it in my pocket. I go in the bathroom to count it just in case, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm looking around. I told her, I'm like, whose is this? We're trying to figure out for a second to be honorable. Like, there's nobody here that touched the machine. She goes, we've been sitting on this whole time. Who's over here? I'm like, not a goddamn soul has been on this fucking thing since I got here an hour ago. It hasn't beeped or made a sound, and I've been teaching her about manifesting. And until I fucking said I surrendered to God and the universe and my higher self, I'm open to receiving a blessing. And then she's like, holy shit. And she goes, I believe in manifesting now. I'm like, yeah, goddamn right. And at the end, it was fucking, I think it was $2,000 at the end because we split $1,000 and I had $1,000 in my pocket at the end. Yeah. I'm like, who the fuck forgets $2,000 on a fucking thing? There's nobody. I think the machine must have malfunctioned or something or some kind of random blessing. But at the end of the night, I walked out with $1,000 because I was open to any blessing. So I'm not saying to go gamble. I'm not saying to go look for somebody for getting out money in a machine. I'm not saying walk at the ground looking for wads of cash. That was some kind of divine miracle. And then I go back and look, and all I kept saying was, that's a miracle. I go back and look at my, I have a planner for the week. In the planner, I said, win big money. Holy shit. Experience a miracle. Cross off both. That was a miracle. It was big money. And I had receive affection from SP. SP got me a gift that week. What the fuck? And then she was more open and she started calling me babe and stuff again because, as you know, we're reconnecting again after I was ending things, quote unquote. But what are the fucking odds of that? That is astronomical. Then from there, I said, money always flows to me easy and effortlessly. Every week, every day after that, I've played the slot machine. One day it turned $20 into $150. Then I go with an SP to the bar. We sit down. I'm like, sit on my lap so I have good luck. We play the Betty Boop game because she loves Betty Boop. Bang. $20 into 125. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, see, I always win big when you're with me, baby. Then she had to go pee. So I walk her over to the bathroom. I'm waiting. And then I'm like, she's taking forever. I take a 5 or a 10, throw it in there. 2 spins in, hit $85. I'm like, holy shit. Then another day I go to get gas. They have the slot machine at the gas station. And I was going to go get a drink. So I go to get an energy drink in there. I'm like, let me sit down. I put a 20 in. I go up more money. I had a 10 from my brother. I'm like, and there was a game me and him used to play when we went to Vegas. I'm like, I'm divinely blessed. This money is from me and my brother. Put it in. Boom, more money. Then I love Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash machine. I'm like, holy shit, I've never seen a Johnny Cash one. I'm going to trigger the bonus on this motherfucker. Trigger the bonus on it. And walk out of there with nearly $200. So I'm up. And then if you were watching earlier, I did have a recent time where I played and then I was sitting in a place where I said, be careful who you surround yourself with. Anxious people, boom, 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 hitting the thing, freaking out. And I just feel negativity. And I lost all my money that night. And I kept remembering negative things about money. Money's hard to get, blah, blah, blah. And stuff my dad said about gambling. And I lost all my money that night. I lost like $200 that night. So, because one of his things was, if you win and you keep playing, eventually you're going to lose all your money. It's a random number generator. I could win every single time I ever touch a machine. it's astronomical odds. But if you're manifesting and money flows easy and effortless to you and wants you, you're always going to receive money. So don't judge me as a scumbag. We did look for the people who money it could have been, but not a goddamn person was on that machine. Nobody. I was there for an hour. Nobody touched that machine. Nobody was over there. I didn't look at the machine. Maybe somebody was there 2-3 hours before, but the bar was dead. That's fucking insane. It was a big win. It was a miracle. And then after that, winning a bunch of money. And then yesterday, I wound up breaking even. And I'm like, I'm going to withdraw from that. I mean, granted, I could have stayed in, but I need to rebuild my mentality. I was going through a little bit of a negative stuff, and I'm in a more of a needy state for money at the moment because I don't know why my mind has slipped back to where it was when I was young and the way I grew up with no money. So until I can redo that, I'm not risking money on gambling. But I do have another gambling success story that doesn't involve me. I'm going to have that told next weekend. It's about Super Bowl related stuff from a friend of mine, my best friend. So we'll tell that story later. Anyway, be a money magnet. Money flows easy, effortlessly, and joyfully into your pockets. I love you guys very much. Anything you need help with, coaching is down below. Questions, comments, concerns, put it in the comments. I love you guys. See you in the next video. You got this. All right, there we go. I can feel how your self-concept has changed regarding manifesting your SP. That's amazing. Thank you, Omar. Yeah, it's become a lot easier now. Yeah, what do you say? H, but visualizing small. It's like I start small and then like bigger things come. So all of it becomes easier. But that video I've been wanting to make for a while, but I was like, people gonna think I'm a scumbag. I'm like, we looked for the people. There was nobody there. And granted, at the bar, I mean, I know a lot of people at the bar too. If I say, hey, did you lose $1,000? Motherfucker's gonna say, yeah. So $2,000, whatever it was. Fuck. She believed, and then through that, I've been trying to find a way to convince her manifesting is real. And the whole night I kept saying, I'm leaving with $1,000 in my pocket. I'm leaving with $1,000 in my pocket. Trying to convince her for months. I don't understand. Like, she goes, what's your channel? I was giving her the channel, but she's never watched it. Very close friend of mine. And she goes, I'm gonna start watching your channel. And a lot of good things might happen to her when she's done the techniques I've taught. Any tips for how to improve self-concept regarding my manifestation? I am focusing on myself and my goals now and take the energy off from SP. That would be the main one, Amara. And then to take 3D action, not because you need to, but because it's good for you, I would say start doing things you like. I talked about this earlier and in one of these videos. That was a big reason I changed my style. Yes, she contributed to the style, but I was wanting to buy nice clothes for a while. She's very fashionable sensed. I'm not. I didn't grow up that way, but I started buying stuff I always liked. I started dressing a little bit better. I'm not rich. This costs $10. This costs $10. This is $30. $50, and I feel like a pimp. I got this stuff on sale. I had gift cards from Christmas from my work. They gave us gift cards. So I bought a lot of my stuff cheap. But so it's like whatever you could do to make yourself feel good. I go to the gym. I feel good physically. So do little things like that to change your state. Hey, Mark. Yeah, I'm still online. At a really low point needing to hear this. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that it helped. It's funny because you made it just in time for me to be getting off. I'm about to log off right now because it's 2. Let me see what she said. If she's getting out late, I'll stay on a little bit longer. I still want to get coaching with you once I'm done with the test. I would love to be one of your clients. Awesome, Mara. Yeah, if you want, just send me an email and we'll set up the times. Okay, she's supposed to be off at 2:30, so Sorry, I'm setting up our walking trail date. I'm going to have to change them. Let's see. 3? We got 5 videos. Okay, that's pretty good. We had a pretty good live. As always, I love you guys. Thank you for stopping by. I'll finish off my coffee real quick if we got anything final to say. Gotta put my workout clothes on and shit. Take this off. Give it a couple minutes. Hour and a half, not bad. I almost didn't even get on today. I was going to do it yesterday for the Super Bowl, but I wound up getting sick yesterday. Ate some bad food. I'm done with Wendy's. Close up the window. It is a beautiful day out, so I can't wait to go do that. No problem, brother. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, fuck, I'm going to fall over. Oh. Pants are kind of tight. What the fuck is that down there? Maybe that's what that noise was. Anyway, guys, thank you. Love you very much. I'll see you in the next live. I'm thinking maybe Mondays are a better day to do it, but we'll find out later on as the week plays out. Still figuring all this stuff out. But yes, we're kings and queens. Stay on there. The views are going up now. Every time I go to get off, the views are going up. But I'll leave the videos up so you guys will see it later. SP neighbor, there you go. Well, you could drop off a side of Mark for her later, Mark. Have a great day. Thank you for thank you too, Inez. Thank you for stopping by. Go be gentle with yourself. Lift heavy. Exactly, brother. Lift as heavy as I can without tearing another pec. I like being the 1 pec wonder, not the 0 pec wonder. Any advice for affirmations? I would do the eavesdropping technique, like I told you, Mark. So watch my video on the eavesdropping technique. Visualize her and your SP talking to each other, talking about how good you look and what a great guy you are, and you can't believe that. And like I would just do, for me personally, that's what I feel. Or if you need an affirmation, all good things about me get back to my SP through neighbor's name. Not early. It's almost an hour and 40 minutes tomorrow, but I'm going to jump off now. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully this helped. And we got 5 videos filmed, and I'll be posting them up later on. All right. I'll see you guys.